Lakebank is a fictitious ex-Furness railway branch built by members of the Launceston District Model Railway Club. The original layout was conceived as a large project in the early 1990s, sponsored by the Modelling Railways Illustrated magazine and its then editor Ian Rice, and supported by the 3mm Society. The idea was to showcase what could be done in 3mm scale using the 14.2mm fine-scale track and wheel standards of the 3mm Society. It takes its inspiration from Coniston, from the Windermere Lakeside branch, and from Arthur Ransom's children's classic Swallows and Amazons. The setting is the station at the foot of the lake, which is on the shore of the imaginary lake mentioned in the book and shown on the map drawn by Ransom. The original plan included a model of the wonderful Lakeside Hotel at Windermere, and also this lovely Furness Railway lattice footbridge. However, due to a loss of the club room and a move to smaller premises, the layout had to be dismantled. What we see now is a smaller version of Lakebank using some of the original track work, which was designed by Ian Rice, but there was no room for the hotel or the footbridge. All of the buildings, most of which came from the original layout, were modelled by club member Dave Measy and are constructed from card with all the stonework painstakingly painted on in watercolour. The main station building is based on Greenodd on the Windermere Lakeside branch. It is modelled as if built in stone, whereas the original was constructed in brick. The goods shed is from Torver, which was the main intermediate station on the Coniston branch. The loco shed is the original one at Coniston before the LMS rebuilt it, whilst the signal box seen behind is built to the distinctive standard Furness railway design. The Swiss-looking steamer office is from Windermere Lakeside itself and is very similar to one still in use at Ambleside on Lake Windermere. So here is Lakebank in its lovely Lake District setting. A small flock of Herdwick sheep are being taken along the lane, blocking the way for a tourist car. A few people are waiting for the next train and also for a steamer trip on the lake. While the local coal merchant loads his sacks directly from a coal wagon. A 3F Ginty is being prepared for its next turn of duty outside the shed. On the lake we can see the sailing dinghies Swallow and Amazon, with John, Susan and Titty Walker in Swallow and Nancy and Peggy Blackett in Amazon. Also nearby is the steam yacht Esperance. She was built in 1869 for the industrialist H.W. Schneider. The yacht is now preserved at the Windermere Steamboat Museum. It is thought that Arthur Ransom used Esperance in combination with the steamship Gondola as inspiration for Captain Flint's houseboat in Swallows and Amazons. Esperance was actually used in the 1974 film of the Swallows and Amazons. Those familiar with the story will note that the model is complete with starting cannon in the bow used by Captain Flint when repelling piratical boarders. We now see the local branch passenger train arriving at Lakebank. Although our period is post-grouping, the coaches have not yet been repainted into LMS livery and are still in the old Lancashire and Yorkshire Railway livery. The locomotive is an ex-Lancashire and Yorkshire Railway Aspinall small radial tank. It was built from the 3mm Society ex-George Norton etched brass kit. The loco now runs round the train, pausing for water at the water tower. It then collects 2 cattle wagons from the bay and attaches them to the front of the train. The train is now ready to leave and departs back up the branch. Next to arrive is the early pickup goods with an ex-Lancashire and Yorkshire Railway Barton Wright goods loco in charge. The loco was made from another ex-George Norton 3 Mill Society etched brass kit with 3 Mill Society white metal fittings. After running round the train, the loco moves the brake van into the loop. The arriving wagons are left in the goodshed road to be dealt with later. Only 2 wagons are ready for dispatch, and they are added to the brake van in the loop. The crew can now take a well-earned rest while they wait for the arrival of the next train. This is a through passenger train from distant points of origin. The waiting branch goods can now depart. The passenger train includes 2 ex-Midland Railway clerestory panelled coaches and an ex-London and North Western Railway brake third coach. In charge is an ex-London and North Western Railway precursor loco. This is from a modified, somewhat vintage gem white metal kit with a scratch-built compensated chassis. The precursor loco is now able to run round its train, pausing to take water for the return trip. The train must now be set back to clear the starting signal. Meanwhile, the jinty comes off the shed. It transfers to the yard to do some shunting and make up the late afternoon branch goods. Now we see the through coaches depart back up the branch, leaving the Ginty free to continue shunting. Lakebank has now gone to a new home in North Wales, from where, hopefully, it will make some appearances in the North West, including the Lake District. Thank you for watching.